Oh me, oh my, YouTube faithful, it is late. It's like 4:30 and this video is going to be so late. So right out of the gate, go ahead, smash the like, leave a comment because this video won't get seen unless y'all boost that algorithm like your mama taught you right. Smash that like button if you love your boy Crush. Now, first things first, comment guy, everybody got shelled yesterday for week 10 football. It wasn't just you. It was your neighbor. It was his neighbor, your buddy down the street, your boy Crush, the Court faithful. The only thing that went right was the play of the week, George Kittle's fantasy score. There was a few other things like Monty anytime touchdown, Travis Kelce receptions, but for the most part, it was a total disaster class. And the reason being is because we're gambling. And sometimes it's just going to be like that. But hey, all the games underperformed. It was week 10. It'll go down in the history books. The books absolutely ate. It is what it is. If you made the right reads, go back, reflect, see what you could have done better, see what you could have done wrong. A lot of the games were underperforming. Low scoring games. The Vikings game, prime example. You're telling me Justin Jefferson can't get 2 TDs and 100 yards versus the Jags? I mean, it's cinema. You're telling me the Bears can't beat the Patriots? You're telling me the Bears can't even put up 6? I mean, what are we doing here? That is why bankroll management is not a suggestion. It's not an idea. It's the only way to do this thing, because if you don't, you're going to get left in the dust. And by dust, I'm talking about chalk dust, my brothers and sisters in Christ. So brush yourself off, pick yourself off the ground, hit that deposit screen, use code CRUSH, whatever book you use, get your deposit match, and let's get to cooking. The goal for this video, 2 NFL and 2 NBA, maybe more, maybe less. I'm trying to make this thing 10 minutes or less because we're already strapped on time. Hopefully I get it out to you guys by 5 p.m. You can watch it. I'm going to be on live stream from 5:15 to probably 5:45 or 6. I had myself a weekend. A lot of family stuff was going on. I appreciate all you guys who looked out. But without further ado, let's talk about it. Right out of the gate, Kyren Williams, anytime touchdown, the wagon amongst wagons. Is he getting a TD this week after not getting one last week versus the Poverty Hawks? My money says yes. I know what you got me, but if you pair it with the 2, it's still giving you 2.25x. You put a little hundo on it, and you're going to get 225. Now, I'm not telling you to take 2 as your pair. That's up to you. And I will say this, there's better lines over on Underdog right now. Oh, yeah, Underdog's got better lines. For my boy over here, A-Chan, oh, yeah, he's at 49. Where is he at? Where you at, buddy? 47 receiving yards. Underdog's got him at 42.5 right here, right now on this Monday night. 5-yard differential. So you think I gave PrizePicks the coin and put it here? No, absolutely not. But hey, I didn't. So here's the thing you need to know about Kyren Williams. The Miami defense, they don't play games. On paper, they're him. But what do we know about being on paper? It's just paper, baby. Oh, we're going to go back to Cooper Kupp. Don't worry about that, comment guy. We're going to go back to, the Cooper Kupp. But right now, we're talking about Kyren Williams. And as you can see, we got options, okay? In fact, I believe on Underdog, you can take his rush TD. It's not an anytime, but it's just rush. And I think they pay you the full value. So that's where you could take his rush TD. Can he get a receiving TD and chalk it? Absolutely. But it's most likely he's going to get a rush TD. I really do like it. In fact, enough of the PrizePicks loyalty, boys. Wow, I was like, why don't I just load up Underdog and show the YouTube faithful what's good? And that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately for you, they bumped him up to 43.5. But check this out, comment guy. It's still 3 yards less than over here on PrizePicks. So why in the world, why in God's name would you do this, comment guy? He's still getting discount. Look, it's 2.25x for you. You're paying more here. And then Kyren, yeah, it's anytime touchdown. If he gets a receiving tutty, you're in the mix. But let Cap Crush talk to you for a second. Let me school you. Let me learn you something. Odds are he's getting a rushing TD. Can he get a receiving TD? Sure. But if you put these 2 right in here, you're getting that sweet spot 3x. There ain't no reason to mess with PrizePicks when you can take these 2 right here, unless you really think Kyren gets that receiving tutty instead of the rushing, which is possible. Don't get me wrong. It is possible, but it's not likely. It's more likely that he's going to get the rushing tutty. I say that and watch his only tutty tonight be a receiving tutty, which is why you can take him over here on PrizePicks too, the anytime rush or receiving. Either one are in the mix. Now, fade A-Chan on PrizePicks, except unless you wanted to go here with Kyren Williams anytime touchdown, which you could, or you could take this combo 142.5 for Kyren and A-Chan rush yards. Kyren is even in the mix for his rush attempts His longest rip at 15.5, that could come into play. I really don't like the matchup. I'm not in love with the matchup because of their defense. However, Kyren just gets fed, whether they're behind, whether they're ahead. He gets 18 to 22 attempts every single game. So 85.5 rush yards, even against a tough front like Miami has, is still okay with me, baby. And just so everyone's on my page, you can see they're ranked 19th in rushing yards allowed to the running backs. Overall, they're ranked 13. It is kind of tough. It's not as tough as other matchups, like say the Vikings, which Kyren just shredded them, but it is kind of tough. So I think these three for PrizePicks are your optimal ones. The rushing yards for Kyren. You could go the Wombo combo with Achane and Williams, or you could just take his anytime tutty and play conservative if you think he's going to wagon that touchdown. All of those are in the mix, papa. And then speaking of Achane, if you will, you can see that Achane has a couple of demons and a couple of gobbies, but what he doesn't have is an anytime TD, gobby, or a demon. If you want to go right back to the well and take his anytime touchdown, which pays a normal, you absolutely could. I do prefer his receiving yards now. I prefer his receiving yards over on Underdog, let me be clear, but this is an option too. Maybe 1 to 2 lineups max. So that's what I think about the running backs. And why do I prefer running backs tonight? Well, because it's a Monday night game, it's a primetime game, and I'm not big on Tua. I ain't big on Stafford. I do think there are some plays you can get, which I have posted in the Discord right now for Tua and Matthew Stafford, but I want to just stick to the receivers. And then speaking of which, has he been bumped? Let's see. What do you hear? What do you say? Puka Nacua! 5.5 receptions, coming off of a dumpster fire week. But remember, he was thrown out, or he got rebooted. So don't even worry about that. He has an elite target share for this team. He's in the mix. I do believe he can get 6 receptions, even though, again, look, Miami doesn't play games either. 4th in receptions allowed and overall to 4. Now, obviously, the other side of the coin is Cooper Kupp. You could go with either one of these gents. You could take Nakua's receptions or Kupp's receiving yards or even Puka's receiving yards. I wouldn't play them both in the same lineup because asking them both to get 70 yards is a heck of an ask. You're going to need the shootout script for that to happen. Can it happen? Sure, but we're trying to go with what's most likely to happen, and I think his receptions is in the mix. And also, a little wagon play over here would be his first quarter, believe it or not. Receiving yards at 13.5. Don't worry about that game anomaly. 50, 16, 25, 28, 10, 19, 23, 21, 85. And some of these are with Cooper Kupp, so you can't even say that, okay? He's exceeded 13.5 first quarter receiving yards in 8 of his last 10 games. It is technically a wagon, but we know what happens to wagons, right? Eventually, the wheels break off. I do like his receptions. Again, it's a tough defense. It is what it is. In the alternative route, if you don't go with Puka, or if you think it's just going to be a crazy shootout, is Cooper Kupp's 15.5 fantasy score. PrizePicks grades this like this. Every time the ball's in his hands, it's getting a point. His line is 6.5. So if he gets 5 to 6 receptions, that's 5 or 6 points right there. You throw in a tutty, that's 11, and then he only needs to get 5 more fantasy points, which is like 50 yards. Absolutely. Or he could get 2 tutties, 50 yards cash. He could get 8 receptions and only 50 yards in cash. I mean, there's so many paths that Cooper Kupp gets 15.5 fantasy score. I just have to take it. Again, the Miami defense is solid. Their DBs, their front line, they're solid. They're solid. And you don't want to put Kupp, Puka, and Kyren all 3 in the same slip. That's poverty. Take your favorite 2 and then take 2 from the other side or 2 from NBA and go there, buddy. Just do that, I promise you. So 2 NBA, 2 NFL. Now let's go talk about NBA. And by the way, I have full plays, projections, and everything right now posted in the Discord. You go to CaptainCrush.net, slide down to the gold package. You click that, click subscribe, and then let me see if this promo is still going on for you D-Gens. Promo code SWEEP. Nope, it expired. So you go there, you get 1 month, and I will see you in the live stream today. Check it out. Or not, do whatever you want to do. The YouTube faithful, gonna YouTube faithful. Now, I was gonna come on here and talk about Josh Giddey's 5.5 assists, but now he wasn't popular when I took him, but now I see this 30K flame emoji, and I'm kind of like shivering in my boots, which is going to lead me to talk to one and only Norman Powell, the wagon amongst wagons. The man respects coin. 24, 31, 26, 23, 24. The matchup is mid. The Thunder, hey, the Thunder are the real deal. We're missing Chet now, unfortunately. He's gone for at least like probably 2 months. You hate to see it. You hate to see Chet go down. First, it was The Fractured Hand by Hartenstein. And now they take away our slender Reaper, 7 foot tall, 190 pounds. I mean, bro, get some meat on those bones, and maybe you won't crack a hip when you hit the floor, okay? Put some meat on your bones, but that's a combo for another day. But yeah, Norman Powell respects coin. He shoots. He's there to score. It's what he does. He chucks. His shot has been falling. I see no reason to get off him tonight. Pause. Nope. Talking about basketball. No need to pause. So you can ride that train until you're forced off. And then on top of that, I would run it back. Well, it's a different game, so you can't really run it back. But I do love me some Jose Alvarado. Yes, sir. El Dorado. Look at this guy. 21, 27, and 18. But you hear what this is? Orlando is a slow-paced disaster matchup. Cleveland, they're a elite defensive matchup right now, and he still got it done. So you better believe, facing the Brooklyn Nets, I'm taking 24.5 PRA, and if he sells, well, by God, he sells. Love for me, Alvarado. I think it's El Dorado, but whatever you want to hear, whatever you want to say, check it. 24.5 PRA. Just slide on over to DG, another partner of mine. Code CRUSH, first month, 25% off. Pinnacle, 24.5, minus 135. The rest of the books are bullish on it, but I don't care. Pinnacle says minus 135. That's good enough for me. We're not getting plus expected value here, folks. You're not. But it is decent. And then also, if you want to take his 1.5 turnovers, his usage rate's going to be higher due to team injuries. He could have the ball in his hands a lot more. 1.5 turnovers could be crispy as well, okay? Whenever you target somebody like Alvarado, okay, who's literally poverty unless his team has injuries, you know it's going to be a sweat. But I will say he's all right with me. I was going to give you Giddey's 5.5 assists, but the popularity on it has me shook. I already locked it in. If you want to go there, you can. Everybody knows Josh has been cooking this season. It's no secret. The man cooks. If you want to dibble and dabble with his RA at 12.5, you could. But like I said, that Cleveland matchup is no joke. So be wary. In fact, too, you know what's a little crispy? This Giddey Garland combo. Let me price shop this real quick. Let's see what we got. Man, I got to get this video out. It's about to be time for live stream. And Captain Crush is going to be editing videos. That's what happens when you're driving across country dealing with stuff. And my God, it's juiced under. So scrap that. I thought it would be good off the top of my head, but it's juiced under. I don't know why, but just chalk it, scrap it. We're not taking anything that's juiced under. That's not what we do around here. But I will say this. Where is he? The wagon. If you want one more thing, Garland. 33 fantasy, 33.5. Oh, yeah. He's in the mix. He's a wagon. If you want to go there, you can. That's that. That's the video, y'all. I got to get prepared for this live stream, which starts in 20 minutes. Hopefully this video's out. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.